Hello and welcome. This is Chandni Nebnani and you are watching It's Tomorrow News. In Kerala, an entire village uprooted by landslide. In Pachakkaadu, where around 80 homes once stood, just 10 remain. Pachakkaadu, the Malayalam word for green forest, is part of Puthumala village of Meppadi grama panchayat in Wayanad. On August 8th, a collapsing hill resulted in a massive landslide in Puthumala. Residents say there were fewer than 20 casualties. Minor collapses the day before had alerted the residents to move to safer places. However, most houses, farmlands and sources of livelihood in village were severely damaged. Puthumala is part of the Meppadi panchayat, which has many natural tourist destinations. It is located in the Western Ghats, around 20 kilometers away from Kalpeta town, the headquarters of Wayanad district. Ground-penetrating radars or GPRS used to detect bodies hidden under the debris at Kavalpada failed to help due to the high presence of water in the region. More than 10 days after a landslide of Kavalpada in Kerala's Malappuram district wiped out an entire village, 6 more bodies have been retrieved from the debris. The death toll from the disaster at Kavalpada now stands at 46. According to reports quoting district authorities, 13 persons still remain missing from the landslide which occurred on August 8th. The district administration had applied the ground-penetrating radar system to detect subsurface objects and thereby help the ground force at the site who is working on retrieving more bodies from the area. Facilitated by the Hyderabad-based National Geophysical Research Institute, the GPR system, which detects subsurface objects by using high-frequency radio waves, was however found not to be very effective at the landslide site in Kavalpada due to heavy rains and water content in the soil. A ground force comprising of the Kerala Fire and Rescue Services personnel, Kerala Police and the National Disaster Response Force and volunteers have been searching day and night for missing persons and excavating bodies from the debris following the landslide. The bodies have been retrieved with the support of heavy equipment such as earth movers, concrete cutters and saws. According to reports, the Fire and Rescue Services undertaking the operations first made a sketch of the site with the help of the local people and relatives of those who are still missing. Excavation was done in those areas where houses were said to be located. Meanwhile, the authorities are also expected to continue using routine search methods in the days to come. The landslide, which was triggered by heavy rain, caught the neighborhood unaware, flattening around 40 houses. The joint rescue team comprising military, NDRF, police and fire department personnel along with volunteers managed to recover 6 more bodies from the landslide spot in Malappuram district on Sunday. Authorities believe 13 more people remain missing under the debris. Yamuna continues to swell, 14,000 people evacuated. Close to 14,000 people living in low-lying areas along the Yamuna in Delhi, in India, were evacuated till Tuesday noon as the river was flowing at 206.08 meters after crossing the danger mark. The Yamuna breached the danger mark of 205.33 meters on Monday night and was expected to get more water by late Tuesday or early Wednesday from upstream in Haryana, a flood control department official told IANS. The water level was rising due to rains in northern India and discharge of water from Hathni Kund barrage in Haryana. Water is being released from the barrage every hour, the officials said, adding Haryana released 8.28 lakh cusecs of water on Sunday evening. The water discharged from the barrage, which provides drinking water to Delhi, normally takes 72 hours to reach the capital, the officials said. Hundreds live along the banks of the Yamuna and they were being moved to safer places since Sunday. Till Tuesday, over 13,635 people from low-lying areas across the city have been shifted and the process is still on. More people will be shifted as we are expecting more water by late Tuesday night, the official added. The Yamuna crossed the warning mark of 205.5 meters late on Sunday night, and the process of shifting people started then. On Monday, the Chief Minister urged people living in the floodplains to move to the tents set up by the Delhi government. The government has set up to 46 relief camps with 2,120 tents having electricity, water, food and toilets. Haryana releases water during monsoon. In 2013, it released 8.06 lakh cusecs of water, pushing up the Yamuna's level in Delhi to 207.3 meters. Considering the huge volume of water released on Sunday, Yamuna's water level may cross that mark this time, the official added. Delhi witnessed the worst floods in 1978 when the river's level touched a record of 207.49 meters. Tasmania braces for back-to-back storms. Tasmania is bracing for damaging winds, heavy rain, snow and flooding as two of storms are set to push through the island state today and tomorrow. In an alert issued just before noon local time on Tuesday, the State Emergency Service SES said that conditions would deteriorate later in the day and through Wednesday. One storm in the southern end of the Tasman Sea will usher in two separate but very strong cold fronts. The first front began moving through Tasmania on Tuesday evening with winds of up to 75 kilometers per hour. Higher elevations across the island were picking up substantially higher gusts, with Matsukar Island seeing a peak gust of 147 kilometers per hour and Kunaini Mount Wellington recording 139 kilometers per hour. Residents across the island have been asked to tie down and secure any loose items, including outdoor furniture and play equipments. Widespread downed trees and power lines were expected. Heavy rain and flooding will also accompany these storms, and it is the southwest that could see significant river rise. The 70 millimeters expected will funnel down from the higher elevations into valleys and streams. Farmers have been advised to consider moving livestock to higher ground. The second front is expected to push through on Wednesday again with strong winds, heavy rain and much colder air. Snow is predicted to fall as low as 400 meters on Wednesday afternoon. Waves along the southwest coast are expected to reach heights of 7 to 8 meters. The SES advises that residents should check in on family and neighbors during the storm and be prepared for the expected power outages. More storms possible again for Washington, D.C. Severe weather cut power to over 5 lakh in Michigan, Wisconsin. Showers and storms end overnight but will fire up again Wednesday afternoon and evening in the Washington area in US. Wednesday will be partly cloudy, hot and humid with more isolated to scattered PM showers and thunderstorms. Any storm that pops up could be strong, producing heavy rain and gusty winds. A cold front will break out latest heat wave on Thursday. Strong to severe storms may accompany the front on Thursday afternoon and evening. Behind the cold front, Canadian high pressure brings a big drop in temperature and humidity on Friday throughout the weekend. While the threat for severe weather has passed, roughly 170,000 people have yet to get electricity restored across Michigan and Wisconsin. Power outages mounted across the Midwestern United States as rounds of severe weather blasted the region late on Friday through Saturday. At the height of the outages, over 560,000 customers were left without power. More than 100 residents were evacuated to a local high school shortly after 3 p.m. EDT Sunday from a senior center in New Jersey after the building lost power and air conditioning during the extreme heat wave. No injuries have been reported. The majority of the power outages remain in Michigan, where more than 3 lakh are still without electricity as of early Monday morning, according to Power Outage in US. More than a third of those outages were from Wayne County, which is the home to Detroit. A wind gust of 43 miles per hour was recorded at the Detroit Metro Airport, according to officials. Severe weather was not just confined to southwestern Michigan on Saturday. Violent thunderstorms threatened many communities along the corridor from eastern South Dakota and Iowa to Wisconsin and the lower peninsula of Michigan. A separate zone of damaging thunderstorms also rattled upstate New York. While funnel clouds were sighted southwest of Green Bay, Wisconsin, the majority of the severe thunderstorms during the first half of the weekend produced damaging winds and flooding downpours. A line of severe thunderstorms produced a continuous path of wind damage and gusts over 60 miles per hour from South Dakota and eastward along the border of Iowa and Minnesota from the early morning to the midday hours of Saturday. Hurricane force wind gusts of 75 miles per hour were reported at both Brookings, South Dakota and Windon, Minnesota. The strong winds downed the trees. In northwestern Michigan, heavy rain repeated over the same areas and triggered flooding on Saturday. There was an unconfirmed rainfall report of 7.42 inches in Luther. The flooding led to road closures and some campers near the community of Baldwin became stranded for a time. On Saturday morning, fast-moving floodwaters washed away a bridge that acted as the only access to about 30 houses in Kinsman, Ohio. The rushing water that runs through the area where the bridge once was, possibly downed by strong winds from the earlier storm. Radar indicates that there was rainfall of 4 to 7 inches in northern Trumbull County early Saturday morning. Water rescues were performed on Saturday afternoon as flooding persisted. The risk for severe thunderstorms and flooding downpours will continue to shift to the south and east through Monday as relief from the heat wave arrives. Flurry of quakes hit West Coast. California has been hit by more than 3,000 earthquakes in the past 7 days amid rife speculation that the big one will soon shake the entire community. Los Angeles has a 31% chance of seeing a magnitude 7.5 earthquake in the next 30 years, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. Californians have been waiting for the quake they call the big one since 1906, when San Francisco experienced an estimated magnitude 7.9 earthquake along the San Andreas Fault, which killed more than 3,000 people, injured 225,000 and devastated the city. But is this big one really coming? According to Earthquake Track, California has experienced 55 earthquakes in the last 24 hours and 440 earthquakes in the past 7 days, while 2,643 earthquakes were recorded in the past 30 days in California and 17,935 in the past 365. The largest earthquake recorded today at the time of writing was a magnitude 3.1 trembler in Ridgecrest, California, United States. This was the same location as the magnitude 7.1 earthquake that hit on July 6th. The earthquake lasted only 12 seconds but was felt by about 30 million people, with more than 6,000 people losing power. California is prone to earthquakes because it resides right on the boundaries of the North American tectonic plate and the Pacific plate. The point where the two plates meet and grind against one another is known as San Andreas Fault Line. The fault line is where many predict the big one will strike. The Ring of Fire is a horseshoe-shaped ring in the Pacific Ocean which spans along a 25,000-mile arc from the boundary of the Pacific Plate along to the Cocos and Nazca Plates, which are along the edge of the Pacific Ocean. South America has also felt some strong tremors, with a magnitude 4.8 striking 19 kilometers south-southwest of Jaquililo, Nicaragua, and a 4.7 quake hitting 20 kilometers south of Huayachachi, Peru. A magnitude 4.6 quake was also felt 137 kilometers east-southeast of Iquique, Chile earlier today. That's all for now. For more news updates, stay tuned with us. It's Tomorrow News, Chandni Nebnani. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe.